2022, Galaxies from the Beginning of the Universe. In July 2022, JWST brought forth a galaxy possibly older than any we've ever known, Glass Z13. Alongside the discovery of galaxies that rivaled our Milky Way's might, this revelation forced us to re-evaluate our understanding of the universe's origins. Astronomer Joel Lager noted, "We expected budding galaxies. Instead, we found rivals to our own Milky Way." Number 3. First detection of sulfur dioxide on an exoplanet. When WASP-39b transited its star, the James Webb Space Telescope bore witness to a groundbreaking discovery, the unmistakable signature of sulfur dioxide, SO2, in its atmosphere. On Earth, SO2 plays a pivotal role in life-giving processes. Its presence on WASP-39b hints at possible reactions mirroring those on our home planet. But the tale doesn't end there. WASP-39b's atmosphere brims with an exotic cocktail: sodium, potassium, carbon compounds, and water vapor. These molecular tales, along with distinct elemental ratios, whisper of a past filled with celestial collisions and migration. Amidst a galaxy teeming with Jupiter-like exoplanets, WASP-39b stands as a testament to the complex tapestry of planetary evolution.
Ketamine completely wiped out my depression.
About 1 in 3 people in the US with depression, including Chris, have treatment-resistant depression.
Today is the day of my next ketamine infusion. I'm really excited because I've been kind of putting this off for a while.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Pressing start, and I'll see you in an hour.
Alright.
So, how was that infusion? It was good. It was good. Positive overall?
Yes. It's definitely like a night and day response. On Saturday, I felt totally fine. Like I just woke up and I felt very refreshed. I felt like I was in a great mood. It feels like waking up from a bad dream.
I would like other people who have been through what I've been through to know that there's an alternative treatment out there that can make you feel like the person you're supposed to be.
Sony just did it again. They gave us something that nobody asked for. Sony just announced Project Q for PlayStation, which basically takes this controller, slices it in half, puts a screen on it, and makes it so that you can stream your PS5 to it. Here's the problem. All we wanted was a PSP. Project Q feeds off of PS5's existing remote play connection, which means you have to basically already have a PlayStation 5 console and games on that console to be able to use it. Obviously, not only does this require a console, but it also requires a great internet connection on both devices. And for now, PlayStation doesn't have cloud gaming, so having a console is your only option. We didn't ask for this. We asked for a PSP, just like we didn't ask for a console that looks like a wireless router, but that actually ended up well, so I guess we'll see how this goes.
Of the James Webb Space Telescope in 2021 was not just a triumph of human engineering, but the dawn of a new age of cosmic discovery. As the successor to Hubble, its enhanced capabilities promised revelations beyond our wildest dreams, and it delivered. Here are 6 of the most exciting discoveries made by the James Webb Space Telescope. Number 1. Earendel, the most distant star discovered. In March 2022, a beacon from the universe's earliest days revealed itself. Earendel, detected first by the Hubble Space Telescope, stands as an ancient marvel, aged at a breathtaking 12.9 billion years. Nestled within a remote galaxy, this star has been shining since about 1 billion years after the Big Bang. Not only did James Webb solidify our understanding of Earendel's incredible characteristics, being twice as hot and 1 million times brighter than our Sun, but it also offered an incredible revelation. Hidden in Earendel's luminescent orbit, the James Webb Space Telescope detected hints of another, cooler star, suggesting that Earendel might not be traversing the cosmos alone.
It's the end of the week, and here is some good news about climate action happening around the world. Hannah Ritchie, deputy editor of Our World in Data, compiled a list of 4 low-carbon stories we think you should know about. China is making tons of progress when it comes to solar. Last year saw rapid growth, but this year they're moving way faster. In the first 4 months of 2023 alone, China increased their solar energy capabilities at a rate almost 3 times faster than last year, as reported by Bloomberg. Here's some good news from Europe, too. In May, more electricity came from solar and wind than fossil fuels in the EU. That's the first time that's ever happened. You've probably noticed that there are a ton more electric vehicles out there. That number's only going up. Bloomberg NEF is expecting that 1 in 3 vehicles sold in 2026 will be electric. And finally, the International Energy Agency is predicting that we are close to peak oil demand. Their latest reporting suggests that oil demand for transport could peak by 2026. That means we're moving away from our reliance on oil and fossil fuels to get around. This is great news.
Phenomenon and all processes will cease. All stars will burn out. They will shut off in the night sky one by one, and the universe will be cold and dark.
Imagine, just for a moment, the infinite expanse of our universe beginning to fray and unravel. Sounds surreal, almost out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But this isn't fiction. Science gives us some pretty wild possibilities. Buckle up as we dive into 5 ways our universe might draw its final curtain. Starting strong with the Big Rip. It's as dramatic as the name suggests. Picture this: galaxies not just drifting apart, but actively being wrenched away from each other. This is all thanks to dark energy, a force we're still trying to understand. If this energy amplifies over eons, not just galaxies, but stars, planets, and even the atoms making up your very body could be pulled apart. It's a finale where everything, absolutely everything, is torn apart.
That terrifies me, because if the fabric of the universe stretches faster than the material substance can sustain it, it rips into the...
Then there's heat death, often called the Big Freeze. Everything seeks balance, even the universe. As the eons pass, all the energy scattered across the cosmos tends to even out. But this equilibrium isn't as serene as it sounds. Imagine a universe where all processes cease, where there's no energy left to fuel stars, no contrasts, a silent, cold vastness where the universe essentially runs out of steam. Now, imagine a rewind button for the universe. That's the big crunch for you. Remember the explosive, fiery birth of our cosmos with the Big Bang? Now think of it in reverse. All of existence could theoretically be dragged back into an infinitesimally small point, a singularity. Galaxies, stars, planets, all converging back to where it all began. It's like watching a cosmic dance played backward. Ever found comfort in the idea of stability? Vacuum decay might just challenge that. In the universe, there are areas of varying energy, picture bubbles of different temperatures in a boiling pot. If one of these bubbles, even for a moment, drops to a lower energy state, it could expand uncontrollably, rewriting the laws of physics. This isn't just a change, it's a complete overhaul. And our universe? Well, it might just be incompatible with these new rules. Lastly, let's embrace a little optimism with the Big Bounce. Everything has a cycle, seasons change, civilizations rise and fall, and some cosmologists believe so does the universe. After the end, there might just be another beginning. From the remnants of the old universe, a new one takes birth, in a cosmic cycle of death and rebirth. It's the universe's own version of reincarnation.
I'm very curious to learn how to put on a third thumb.
Yes, I've got one here to try on.
All right.
So we're going to take your shoes off.
That's a very holy sock.
So then this just goes on your right hand.
Okay.
Now we'll just give it a press. There we go. So if you want to press just on your right foot, yeah, and back, yeah, and then just on your left foot. Yeah, so those are the two movements, and then you can use them together. So then if you press both together, you can kind of see we're getting this in between.
It feels strangely intuitive, and yet I'm clearly still fumbling around with it. I can see how it would very quickly become second nature to do things with this. It's not quite the same as the sensation of touch you would feel from your skin, but it definitely has a sense of touch. It does hold on nice and tight, too.
Thank you. I've been working hard on the strength.
That's weird.
Apple just announced something that nobody's done before. With the release of Vision Pro, they took AR and VR, combined it into one thing, and made it practical for consumers. Apple just released Vision Pro, which is essentially a ski mask that you put on that interacts with your environment around you, but then also seals it off and puts you into a complete virtual reality world. It's got incredible individual displays for each eye with micro LEDs giving you a vast resolution. It tracks your eyes, it scans your face, and creates a virtual persona. The only way you interact with it is with your hands, with your eyes, and with your voice. You can literally look at your MacBook and the screen pops up right in front of you in 4K. You can capture 3D photos and videos and share those moments and experience them again. When you're interacting with people, the visor can go translucent so people can see your eyes. I mean, this thing is doing a lot. But all for the grand price of $34.99. That's $3,500. So is it actually practical for consumers? Modern day MacBook Pros have M2 chips in them. This thing has an M2 chip in it combined with an R1 chip. It's a lot of money, but it can also do a lot. Question is it worth it? You tell me. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let me know if you're gonna get one.
Alright, I got a question for you. The new Motorola Razr Plus, or the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra as you might know it, is one of the coolest foldable smartphones of 2023. And of course the big deal is the new huge cover display. I see this being super practical for everyday use like navigation. But mobile gamers, would you game on the new Razr Plus with the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset on the bigger inner display? Or would you actually game on the cover display? I'm actually digging that Motorola is embracing this 144Hz cover display, and they even have fun games that actually take advantage of this form factor and making it more interactive. What do you think about this? I like it.
Crazy facts about famous inventors. Part 4. Nikola Tesla's rivalry with Thomas Edison is legendary. But did you know Tesla once worked for Edison? They soon parted ways due to differing views, sparking the famous War of the Currents between AC and DC. Marie Curie, the iconic scientist known for her work on radioactivity, is the only person ever to win Nobel Prizes in both physics and chemistry. Her pioneering research continues to shape modern medicine. Archimedes, the ancient genius, once ran naked through the streets yelling "Eureka!" after discovering the principle of buoyancy in his bathtub. Sir Tim Berners-Lee, while not as ancient as Archimedes, gave us a modern marvel, the World Wide Web. And he chose not to patent it, believing the web should be free for all. Ruth Handler, observing her daughter play with paper dolls, was inspired to create the iconic Barbie doll. Barbie's full name? Barbara Millicent Roberts. James Dyson, after 5,127 prototypes, finally perfected his bagless vacuum cleaner. Talk about persistence. Percy Spencer, while working with microwaves, noticed a candy bar in his pocket had melted. This accident led to the invention of the microwave oven, heating up our leftovers ever since.
Check out this swarm of drones. Researchers at Zhejiang University and Hong Kong University of Science and Technology have developed drones that can navigate through crowded airspace without hitting anything or bumping into each other. What's so cool about this is that those are totally autonomous. Nobody's controlling those. These drones, flying around independently, can have tons of useful applications as the tech gets better. They could search for survivors of an earthquake or flood and deliver food while help arrives. They could survey ecosystems here on Earth with minimal human footprint, and maybe eventually they can establish air traffic control systems on Mars. Real-world drone swarms exist now, like the ones used in Lady Gaga's halftime show back in 2017. But those are all on pre-programmed flight paths that can adapt to obstacles. There's still some work to be done to optimize the swarm's capability to navigate dynamic environments. But eventually, swarms will be used by rescue teams to save people, or aerospace engineers to map out new lands, maybe even planets. That's awesome. To learn more, check out the full article over at freethink.com.